This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Getting some heat on the text line, and I shouldn't be. I said that there is a 30% chance of showers today.
Yep. Amanda says, 30% Ryder? It's been raining since 5 with crazy lightning on the west side. I just recently learned this, what 30% chance of rain means. And I'm sure majority of people listening are like, yeah, we know, Lisa. But
no, you know what?
It blew my mind.
I actually think the majority of people don't know this. Because anybody that I've told...
They don't believe you.
Is very surprised to hear it.
I remember telling one of my teacher friends, and she had to reach out to her meteorologist friend to get confirmation because she thought I was full of it. I was like, no, I'm serious. I learned this on TikTok. She's like, you can't just say something's true because you learned it on TikTok.
TTU. That's where I went, TikTok University.
Exactly.
So 30% chance doesn't mean there is a 30% chance of rain or not.
It means 30%
of the geographical area, your city is going to be getting rain at that specific time. 70% is dry at the moment, but obviously clouds move. So what 30% of the city is getting hit is always changing, right? But that's a rough estimate of how much of your area is getting.
And that's why it's so rare to see 100% chance of rain. That's when you know it's going to be wet. I do find it kind of suspicious, though, that it always seems to be 30%. Why not 20?
That's a good point, actually.
Right? Why not 40?
You don't see those numbers very often.
It's always 30.
Or 70. You'll see 70 quite a bit.
Do you think most meteorologists are just making things up?
Winging
They're just
it?
Guessing. Because I know over COVID, when they didn't have airplanes flying over as much, that's where they find out most weather forecasts, which also is fascinating to find out. So over COVID, they were literally making up the weather forecast.
I have one more very surprising thing about the weather that's pretty wild.
Okay.
Is that, now I'm making this up a little bit. Not all the way, though. I just don't have maybe the stats perfect right now, okay? They say the 14-day forecast now is as accurate as the 2-day forecast was 25 years ago because of technology used. That they're able to tell you almost precisely what the weather's going to be like in 14 days, as well as they used to be able to tell you what's going to happen in the afternoon, which is pretty intense. What, you just blank out because I said I didn't know the exact stats?
Yeah, if you're starting off without confidence and everybody stopped listening.
No, but I don't know if it's like the 14-day forecast compared to just today's forecast or but it's definitely...
No, that's really cool fact.
No, whatever. A couple artists ended up having to bail on their shows.
I can't imagine the anxiety when 65,000 people came to your show.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga had to cancel in Miami due to a thunderstorm, lightning and stuff. And originally they just held off for a bit, hoping the storm would pass. And then when she came back on stage and had to tell everyone to go home, you could genuinely tell how heartbroken she was. That is not an easy task.
No, but there was the mix of that much electricity and water. She decided safety first.
And then everyone still kind of stuck around and started singing Rain on Me together collectively. That's emotional.
Yeah, powerful moment.
So powerful. And then she went on Instagram and she's sobbing and saying sorry on multiple platforms and writing it out in a caption. And I just hope she knows that
everybody's cool.
Everybody should be cool.
Well, especially if you're a little monster, you want Mother Monster to be safe, right? It reminds me a bit of when AC/DC played that show at Commonwealth and the storm rolled in just as they started playing Thunderstruck.
I can't imagine being there.
It was insane.
Oh, man.
It was the best. And the other show that was postponed for a brief amount of time, he ended up making a comeback, even though he probably shouldn't have, was Post Malone this weekend. He was performing, and then he ended up falling in the middle of his stage.
Yeah, it's like he didn't realize there was a hole there and he went right through it.
This is him talking about it.
So whenever we do the acoustic part of the show, the guitar's on the guitar stand and it goes down. There's this big ass hole, so I go around there and I turn the corner and bust my ass and winded me pretty good. We just got back from the hospital. Everything's good. They gave me some pain meds and everything, so we can keep kicking ass on the tour. I just want to apologize to everyone in St. Louis.
What he didn't know then is the x-rays weren't back yet. He was feeling a bit better, but he ended up having 3 broken ribs.
I watched the video, and
Yeah.
now that I know he broke 3 ribs, it's so cringy to watch.
The thing about this is my grandpa's quote about broken ribs. He's like, "Oh, you'll know you've got broken ribs 4 days after you break them."
Really? You don't notice it at first?
Well, the original impact hurts. I've broken mine a couple times and like a lot of pain. But then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I think I'm good." And I don't know if it has to do with like the inflammation in that area or what happens, but your body kind of makes you think that you're okay.
And then you just start going on with your life?
Yeah, and then like maybe as that swelling goes down or whatever, but a couple days later you're just like, what is wrong with me right now?
Oh, no.
I broke my ribs the last time in a pretty cool way. Actually, both times. Grade 6, I was ripping in a go-kart that the steering failed. So I ended up just ramming right into some nailed down tires. And that was on a marching band trip. So all the
I'm sorry, you were in a marching band?
Yeah, so all the marching band.
Secret life? Tell me more.
So all the ladies in the marching band thought I was pretty hardcore.
What instrument did you play?
Alto sax.
Okay, you don't have to talk about it like, is that the coolest instrument?
Yeah, for sure it is.
Okay, so that's the first time you broke your rib.
And the second time I was wrestling at my Canada Day party with James P. White next door, who's a little person. And we had a huge wrestling match, like involving chairs and stuff in the backyard in front of everybody.
But it was his actual body weight that broke your rib, right? Because he's pretty dense.
Yeah, I picked him up and I tried to like fall back with him into the kiddie pool at one point. But like you said, he's about, 4 foot?
4 feet.
And like 160. So it's just like a dumbbell. Like that's what he weighs like. So it was just directly on the ribs.
Yikes.
But
yeah,
it's kind of cool to say, like,
cool stories.
broke my rib wrestling a little person.
I wonder if any of our listeners have cooler stories. How did you break something? Because Post Malone breaking something on stage in front of a bunch of people is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of when Dave Grohl broke his leg. He fell off the stage and then he still went on tour. He was on stage again the next day, but with his leg cast, and they made him like this cool
huge throne, yeah.
So he didn't have to move at all.
That was
That
hardcore.
is badass. So I broke my toe in Thailand when I was in the ocean pretending to be a mermaid once. Hit my toe on a rock. And you can't really do anything, right? When you break your toe.
Yeah.
And then there was the full moon party that night. And I was like, the whole point of a full moon party is to dance until the sun rises. You don't stop.
Okay.
That's how you know it's a successful full moon party.
Luckily, I've seen your dance moves and you just snap your fingers mainly.
I look like Elaine Bennis.
Yeah.
That was me on the beach and the sun is rising. And the girlfriend that I was traveling with, she goes, Lisa, don't look down. And I looked down and my toe had been so swollen. It got so swollen and it was black. I can't wear heels ever since. I have yet to wear a pair of high heels because my feet are so mangled.
This text to 780-784-7107 says, my wife doesn't like being told what to do. We were bowling and it was actually my turn, so I went up and told her it was my turn. She said fine and threw the bowling ball at me. It broke my toe.
We were all making supper at my house, and my husband is like standing at our kitchen island, and I walked in behind him in between our fridge and our kitchen island, and I was like, kind of playing around with him, and he goes to like playfully bump me back with his badonkadonk, and my elbow got jammed against the fridge, and my wrist totally snapped up and just like totally distal radial fracture of my wrist. My nephew, he's like, don't stop cooking, because they were all excited for supper, and I literally broke my wrist. So I'm like driving, and it was when COVID was, nobody could come to the hospital with me, and my husband was just like mortified. He felt so bad.
I bet. He must have a lot of junk in the trunk to cause that kind of damage.
For sure. It's the apple bottom. It'll get you every time.
It will get you every time.
It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K Wordplay.
We are joined by the very excited caller 7, Shannon, today.
Yay.
Yes.
You ready to win some money?
Oh, I am.
All right, so here's how it works. You're going to pick your teammate. We'll send them out of the room. Then we're going to give you 5 words. You tell us the first word that comes to mind for each. We'll invite your teammate back in for everyone they match. It's $25. Yep. If you get all 5, it's $1,000.
Who's your teammate today, Shannon?
Gosh. Oh, it's going to be Ryder. I'm always bang on with Ryder.
Yes, I love it. Okay, get out of here, Ryder.
Good choice.
Yes.
Okay, let's wait till he's fully out of the room. Door is closed. Okay, Shannon, what's the first word that comes to your mind when I say charger?
Cell phone? Is that one? Cell?
Yep.
One word. Okay.
Soap. Soap.
Clean.
Platter. Platter.
Food?
Good answer. Sharp.
Knife.
And the last word, Shannon, what's the first word that comes to your mind when I say brain?
Oh, God, Lisa. Brain. Head? I don't know what Ryder would
That's a good answer. Come on in, Ryder. Shannon did really good.
I hope so.
She's not feeling confident, but I feel like if in the past she's always matching up with you, it could happen today.
All right.
Right. Okay, Shannon, deep breath. We've got this.
Okay.
Ryder, what do you think of when I say charger?
Phone?
She said cell phone. Does that count?
Yeah, we'll count that.
Let's count it. Soap.
Bar?
No.
Clean.
Damn it, Ryder.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. We're going to keep winning you some money.
That was a very 1996 answer on my part.
It still uses a bar of soap.
I know.
Okay, Ryder, platter.
Food?
Yes.
All right.
We got $50. Let's make it 75. Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say sharp?
Sharp? Pencil?
Knife. Ah, that's tough. Okay, what do we got so far? $50? Let's make it 75. Brain.
Head?
Yes.
Hey!
Right
Not
on,
bad.
Ryder.
75, we can roll with that.
75 is good. It could have been 1,000.
That's awesome.
But we'll take
I got to buy my friend a birthday present. So, Vanessa, girl, you're getting a good gift.
All right.
Thanks for playing, Shannon.
Thank you, Ryder. Thank
Cheers.
you, guys.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
We're being lied to, and we're really upset about it.
Did you know that when you order pizza off the Dominos app, the pizza tracker is fake? Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Where it says, like, David has put your pizza in the oven, or like your pizza is baking, depending on what time you check it at.
There's also a little time frame where there's a quality check where they claim they're opening the oven and making sure it's all good. Nope, that's a lie as well. All of our childhood into our adulthood is shattered.
Well,
our lives are a lie.
Childhood, not so much, right? This is only like since what? Probably the last
internet.
5 years.
Once they started ordering online instead of calling.
You're much more than 5 years away from your childhood.
Can you stop?
A lot more.
I don't know if this is going to stop me from checking the tracking app. Because
Knowing it's BS? So they just have a specific, like, for the first 4 minutes, it'll say this.
It's just automatic.
For the next 6 minutes, it'll say this. And it just automatically goes, is the name even real?
No, I think the names are fake. Because they'll say, Troy is putting your pizza in the oven 9:01 p.m. Or like, Sam has just put your pizza in the oven. No.
It's a facade.
It's a facade, so this is what we all need to do. Call them and ask for Sam. And if Sam's not there, you demand a free pizza.
Yeah. That's a really good way for them to strum up some business, though. If everybody orders pizza from there and then calls to check. I was thinking about it because, like, Skip the Dishes does something similar where they say, like, you know, the person's name is on your way with the order or is heading to the restaurant. But that's legit.
I think it is legit because you can watch it on the map.
The actual car, and it's usually pretty accurate as to, like, when it pulls up.
Especially when it's stuck at that 50th Street train. You're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, been there.
I'm getting a cold dinner tonight.
So are you all right with this? Are you upset about this? How are you taking the news? How are you grieving?
Did you know about this? Have you known all along and you just never told us?
Time for Radio Shark Tank. You're the shark, and we're asking you for money. Just let us know who you'd rather invest with.
Oh, man. Okay.
Lisa did some last-minute tweaking to her pitch.
Hey, Sharks. I'm Lisa Evans, the CEO and founder of RoboSauce. Are you sick and tired of your pasta dish showing up soggy on your doorstep? Well, don't fret, because we've teamed up with major companies that deliver your food hot to your doorstep, but sometimes too hot, causing the sauce to sog up your noodles. So we created a state-of-the-art robot that will sit in the package in your driver's vehicle. And once it gets the notification that they're 2 minutes away from your house, they will then pour the sauce on your hot noodles so it's fresh and ready for you to consume. No more soggy pad thai. Invest in RoboSauce today.
I can see why you made some last minute tweaks. Probably should have gave you a few more minutes.
I think it's kind of clever. No?
So every Skip the Dishes driver is just going to get a robot for their car? That sounds economically savvy.
Okay, it's charged from the sun. It's so decent for the environment.
That's even more expensive.
Invest in RoboSauce today so more drivers can have one in the back seat.
Hey, Sharks. I'm Ryder, the CEO and inventor of Card Fillas.
Card Fillas?
Yeah, Card Fillas.
Explain. The Sharks are waiting.
Hey, please don't interrupt my pitch. I didn't chirp yours until it was over. Thank God I was. These slips get inserted into greeting cards. They can be written on and then disposed of or easily saved with the intention to read again later. You actually won't do that, though. But here's the best part about Card Fillas. The recipient can then reuse the $7.99 greeting card. So not only do you get showered with kind words, but you also get something that you're supposed to re-gift.
I don't get it.
It's an insert for a greeting card that you write on, and then you don't have to write on the actual card, Lisa.
So you can reuse it.
Yes, that's what I just said. Sharks, please invest with me. We can't let her win this one.
No, let me win. Everyone vote now.
Play 107, Ryder and Lisa. We just did a little contest here, Radio Shark Tank, where we both pitch ideas. Lisa's was a RoboSauce.
Mm-hmm. It's a little robot that pours the sauce on your pasta 2 minutes before it gets to your house. It's like in a little hot pot.
So your noodles aren't overcooked.
Exactly, so they're not soggy. I thought it was a fantastic invention.
Okay. Not a lot of people agreed with you, though, because I managed to squeak out the win with...
I got a couple votes.
With Card Fillas, which is an insert for greeting cards that you fill out, and then the person can tear that away and actually reuse the card.
Congrats, you invented paper.
Well, I have more investors than you,
Whatever.
So... speaking of winning, it's time to give away a trip to Vegas with us.
Yes, so thanks to Swoop, we're going to be heading to Vegas on October 11th. So even if you don't win, you should come. We'll be on that flight.
9 people qualified.
Yep.
We just tried to call the winner and no answer. I don't understand how you wouldn't just have your phone on you with this. We're going to call back here.
Hi, good morning. I just missed a call.
Oh, yes. Is this Rebecca?
Yes.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. We've got good news and bad news. What do you want first?
Oh, I don't know. Either or.
Okay, we'll start with the bad news. Lisa gets really nervous when she's on a flight, and when she's nervous, she gets really gassy.
No, that's not true. Ryder falls asleep immediately, and he starts snoring, and you might have to sit beside him. Because guess what? You're coming with us to Vegas.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah, you just want a trip for 2, airfare from Swoop, accommodations, spending money, tickets to go check out Usher. The next night we're going to MJ, the Michael Jackson tribute show, and you got to sit in Lisa's farts on the plane.
No, you got to sit in Ryder's gross snoring. Yes.
I don't care. I'll sit anywhere.
Yay!
Thank you.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.